Okay, so after some exhaustive testing, A/B comparisons between multiple sets and multiple price points, um, I have come to conclusions that are good for you as a consumer. Um, there were some disappointments, some expectation subversion, some it was a myriad of emotions and conclusions and thoughts that were, quickly dismissed. And we'll get right into it with what was my biggest disappointment in the $22 KBEar Rosefinches. Um, Now you might ask, okay, well, why exactly were they the biggest disappointment? And that comes to the fact that the the cable doesn't work. It just does not function out of the box. It was the right side for me, and thankfully it was not the actual IEM, but um, nonetheless, I had to swap cables out, and I actually used a much higher quality cable for these. And you might say, "Oh, well, you're kind of giving it a leg up if you're, using a higher quality cable." And sound quality, it, and it's possible that there are different sound characteristics or measurements that would tell a different story, but swapping out from a very cheap cable to a higher quality cable made no difference for these, at least. They were doomed from the start. They are just, to put it in comparison with their closest competitor, at least in price, not in quality. Um, these just are a no go. They're more expensive than the next set that I'm going to talk about, and they are lesser quality. Um, so we'll just pop in the TRN ST1 Pros. These are such a good value, and I'll explain why. Um, One, the cable, it works. First off, second off, it is a decent quality braided cable. I mean, yeah, it's no $400 Dunu, whatever. It's not some hi-fi grade cable, but nonetheless, it works very well. Um, it is of a decent quality feel. The strain relief is extant and functioning. It has a changeable termination. You can actually get 4.4 millimeter, 3.5, 2.5. Is it 4.4 or 4.5? Whatever. You can get the big one that I never use because my DAC only has 3.5 and 2.5 balanced. Um, but yeah, there's the option for a higher quality balanced cable, just by changing the termination. This cable by itself is around $10. The spring tips, oh, I love these. They are my best approximation, a clone of Moondrop's spring tips. I think they call these the TRN T tips, and oh, they are so great. They've got a slightly tacky feel. They stay in the ears very well. And the best part about these, which IEMs have been putting, you've been seeing fucking tuning switches on IEMs left and right, but they actually are a huge value add for this set in particular because there's a balanced signature, and then there is the extra bass, which I tested mostly on with these, and these are certified bass head classics. These are the best. I challenge you. You tell me. You send me your suggestion for a better value bass head IEM. I'll wait. All right. It doesn't exist, and I will be happy to be proven wrong. But comparing these directly with my mainstay, and these are my road dogs, so excuse the condition. The paint started to chip away on this one, and so I just removed what I could. So now they're the Panda edition, the old black and white. These CCA HM20s have been fantastic. Great quality, good soundstage. Just everything that I was wanting. And yes, I do have 2 different size ear holes. Sometimes with these, it does not matter because they're tacky and they seal correctly. I don't have any discomfort. But with these, they have the KZ Star Tip type ear tip on here. But yeah, these seal great. They're so slim. They're like compared to the ST1 Pros, which, yeah, they do have to fit the panel on there and everything like that. So I can see where they might be bigger. But, wow, come on. So they're slightly smaller. This is a 3D printed shell, whereas this is a, just an injection molded. But it's still very good feeling. Does not bother my ear or anything like that. These are just great. And for $60, they ticked all the boxes for me. These are my everyday pair. They are paired with a TRN XT or a 20X. Let me check real quick. TRN BTS. Oh my God, TRN BT20S Pro. And the battery life on these is phenomenal. I can go all day with, playing music constantly. Then pop them in the case and be ready to go the next day. I have just had such a pleasant experience with these HM20s that I needn't want for more. But I wanted to know if there was more. So, unfortunately, I tried out the next IEM that was touted as being giga bass, being, just a bass head IEM for the budget. The 7 Hertz Legato. Oh, what a disappointment. What a $109 retail disappointment. Nice cable, nice feel, high quality, all metal shell, ugly seams. Large, huge in comparison. They feel huge too. They feel like they stick out very far from my ear. What can I say about about the Legatos? All right, so I got some bullet points here. So the best way to describe the sound that I experienced with these is low quality. It's almost like I'm listening through paper. I maybe say that they're veiled. I don't really know. I'm not super versed with hi-fi speak, but they feel like, easiest way for me to say it is they feel like I'm listening through paper. It's grainy, low quality. Now, they do have a decent soundstage, so there's that. The bass quality is good. It is a slightly deeper, like, there's more depth to it than the ST1 Pros. Similar bass depth, quality, whatever you want to call it, to the HM20s, but it's just unpleasant to listen to. It makes it sound like you're listening to, your old low quality LimeWire MP3s, whereas I'm listening to lossless hi-fi files from Apple Music. So I mean, it's just, it makes no sense that these are $30 more than these, and like $90 almost more. No, all right, sorry, at least $80 more than these. It's mind-boggling that they can charge you this much. Maybe most of that price is coming from this huge case. I can't even fit it in the frame. It's a nice case. But nobody's carrying this around unless you're carrying your full DAC in there. And if you're carrying a full DAC in there, you're going to be sorely disappointed by the shitty quality. The sound quality from these is garbage. I hate them. It was one of the biggest disappointments. Even though these were a huge disappointment because they just didn't work out of the box, the Legatos were an even bigger disappointment because of their price. It's ridiculous, the value that these ST1 Pros by TRN have. They are a major buy. Do not get them in this shitty color. I got them in black just because, I don't know, random impulse. But I actually, let me see, I've got them around here somewhere. Go with the all, I think they call it the silver. It looks closer to these MT1 Maxes. And I actually like the look of these MT1 Maxes. They might look cheap to some, but this looks even more cheap and gaudy to me. MT1 Pros, by the way, really good. Good bass, especially on the extra bass, because they do have tuning switches. It's for like $12, I think maybe even less. Let's see real quick. I think they may actually be even less now. Let's see. MT1 Max. Yeah, $10.82. I get $10.62 because if you follow their shop, then you get a discount. So for $10.62, crazy. If you have no money, you want bass, get the MT or the MT1 Max. But if you have a little more to spend, it's at the $17. If you have $17 to spend, get these and you will not be disappointed. I cannot sing their praises enough. TRN hit it out of the park with these. I know they've had some stinkers, some expensive stinkers, but for the value that you get here, spring tips, decent cable, tuning switches, you just can't beat them. So I mean, that's about all I can say about them. Buy these.